You suck at talking with people. You suck at making friends. But you're not alone. 45% of adults struggle to make new friends, and the average American hasn't made a friend in the last 5 years. One of the biggest struggles people face when meeting new people is awkward silence. It can be such an uncomfortable experience that it can force you to completely avoid meeting people in the first place. The struggle is real. Google Trends shows that searches for how to make friends are at an all-time high. But Google's answers aren't helping, and social media doesn't solve the problem either. If you've realized that your Instagram is a graveyard of unanswered DMs and Tinder is where dates never happen, this video is for you. Over the years, I've found that there's only one thing which works, and that's by going out and talking to people, face to face. Give me the next few minutes of your time, and I promise you'll walk away excited to start conversations. You will be confident to socialize, meet new people, talk, and enjoy the process. The last method is the fastest possible method to start from zero, so don't miss it. Oh, and before we jump in, I have something for you. A completely free health and fitness guide that explains why mindset is important and gives you tips and tricks about nutrition and fat loss. You can download it right now from the link in the description below. Make sure you grab it while it's free. Now let's get started. Ever started to get to know someone and it felt great at first? Until several months later, you realize you're not compatible at all. Your interests don't align, your values don't match, and you simply don't click. Here's how to stop wasting time. Be yourself from the start. Yes, and you have to be vulnerable to do this. You need to get rid of all the filters. Be frank and honest. Say what you think. Crack the joke. Share that controversial opinion. If someone doesn't like it, good. They were never your people. But if they react positively, great, you've just found real friends. Ever feel like the background character? It's not because you're boring. It's because they don't know what makes you interesting. The fix? Talk about what you love. A lot of times, you feel like it's not worth sharing your interests because people won't care anyway, right? You're wrong. So maybe you're obsessed with vintage typewriters. Or maybe you can name every Ballon d'Or winner since 1956. It doesn't matter how niche it is. It makes you memorable. People can't help but remember you when you talk with passion about the things you love. Ever been in a group where everyone's talking and you have no idea when to jump in or even what to say? I've been there. Have I been quiet for too long? Should I say something right now? Is this the right thing to say now? That's called overthinking. It's when you get a thought, then obsess over it, filter it, picture yourself saying it, tweak it, and then end up mumbling something when the conversation has already moved on. Get out of your head. Focus on the conversation and let your thoughts come naturally. If something comes to mind, just say it. And if it's awkward, don't stress. Remember that everyone else is feeling the same as you on one level or another. Ever feel like you're trying to force a friendship with someone, but deep down you know you two don't click at all? If someone doesn't care about you, or you have nothing in common, and the connection just isn't there, it's time to let go. Just be kind and move on. It's not the end of the world, and there are plenty of other people out there. The more you put yourself out there and talk to new people, the sooner you'll find friends you can grow along with. The people who have the most friends are usually the ones who start conversations. So, don't wait for someone else. Take the lead. Start by assuming that people want to talk to you. This is key because over time, when people feel comfortable talking to you, they'll start initiating conversations with you. You have to get this. People are mostly interested in themselves. So if you want someone to like you, make them feel important. Compliment them. Use their name when you talk to them. Smile big when they walk into the room. Remember their birthday, and ask questions that show you genuinely care about them. By making them feel valued, you'll naturally build stronger connections. A big mistake people make when getting to know someone is keeping things surface level. The inability to open up their true thoughts and feelings stagnates relationships from growing. So, try to be more vulnerable in your conversations. This doesn't mean sharing all your heart from the start. Start with simple things like sharing about your bad day or admitting you don't know something. It's about creating a space where deeper connections can form, one honest conversation at a time. Everyone wants to have someone in their life that genuinely cares about them, but asking a simple, "How are you?" isn't effective. Instead, ask something like, "Is there anything that's been bothering you lately?" This immediately allows them to open up to you. Perhaps they've just had a bad day and are looking for someone to talk to. You don't need to solve their problems, but by showing you care, you can turn a simple conversation into a meaningful bond. Whenever you have a good time with a few people, 3 or 4, make sure you're the one who creates a group chat. Be the first to suggest it, even if it's just to plan another hangout in the future. Whether it's for the same activity or something new, it gives you a reason to stay connected. Plus, now you've got everyone's number. Even if the chat goes quiet, you've still got a bunch of people you can reach out to when you want to hang out again. They say true friendship is built on mutual value. So when you meet new people, think about what you can offer. Maybe you're skilled in something they need help with, or perhaps you know something that others don't. Relationships thrive when both people bring something to the table, so always think about how you can add value. Asking for help is a great way to connect with others. Simple questions like, "Can you suggest a good book or movie?" Or, "Could you hold my purse for a while?" can build trust. When you ask someone for help, it leads to a phenomenon known as the helper's high. Research shows that when people help each other, they experience physiological changes in their brains associated with happiness and satisfaction. When you ask someone for help, it gives them a sense of purpose and belonging, reinforcing social bonds. But remember, friendships need balance. Real connections are about give and take. So, when you ask for help, make sure to offer your help and gratitude in return. When you're in a group of strangers and need to break the ice fast, you can simply ask a question everyone can answer. It's a foolproof way to start a conversation. You already know what to ask, and everyone's answer will lead naturally to more questions, like where they're from, who they know, or what they enjoy doing. All it takes is the courage to ask that first question, and suddenly, you're in the middle of a juicy conversation. If you ever feel overwhelmed in large groups and struggle to talk to everyone, try the ISO play. This term is used in basketball where you isolate one defender to take them on one-on-one. In real life, look around and find someone who's not talking much and start a one-on-one conversation with them. Make a simple excuse, like asking for help with something. This makes them feel valued and gives you a chance to connect. Keep doing this with others in the group, and soon you'll have meaningful connections with everyone. Instead of waiting for people to treat you like a friend, treat them like one from the start. Skip the awkward small talk and dive right into a friendly vibe with a hug smile. Greet them with excitement, drop their name often, joke around like you've known each other for years, and maybe even playfully tease them. The key is to act like you've been friends forever. It's powerful, but remember, too much too soon can come off as weird, so balance is key. When you meet someone, ask them about something they've always wanted to try, but haven't had the chance to do yet. You could ask, "Is there something you've always wanted to try but just haven't had the time for?" You'll be surprised at the answers you'll get. It might be anything from skydiving to attending a live concert to trying a new food. But here's where you come in. Offer to do that activity with them. For instance, if they've always wanted to go hiking but never found the time, suggest, "How about we hit the trails this weekend? I've been wanting to go, and it'd be fun to go together." This way, you're casually asking them to hang out, but it doesn't feel desperate because it's framed as helping them fulfill something they've wanted to do. Plus, it gives you a great reason to ask for their number. Works every time. Remember, it's all about being genuine, leading with curiosity, and making people feel valued. The more you practice these tips, the easier it gets. And hey, confidence starts with taking care of yourself. When you're not feeling great physically, it's hard to feel confident. That's why I've put together this health and fitness guide to boost your confidence even further. It's linked in the description below. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Until next time, start talking, start connecting, and take care of yourself.